Just got my newest piece of gym equipment in and I wanted to share it with you guys because it is saving me a whole lot of money. Now what we have here is the Micro GAINZ 2.5 pound clip. Now what is this thing? Essentially you take these, put them on your dumbbells, and you can go up in smaller increments. Or you can put it on barbells. There's lots of options for it. And I'm about to try them for the first time. I just want to give you my thoughts on how they work after I do. And as you can see back here, I've got all these dumbbells, and the whole point of getting these is that a long time ago, I bought the 5 through 50 set. And then when I wanted to get higher weights, I didn't want to spend a crazy amount of money. So I just went with 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, 10 pound increments. But the problem is, I'm doing a lot more dumbbell stuff. I've been working on powerlifting on the bench. After I do my competition in a couple weeks, I'm gonna switch to dumbbells for a while. I'm gonna start all my workouts with either dumbbell incline or dumbbell flat. And making a jump from 80 to 90 pounds or 90 to 100, you're looking at over a 10% jump. And that might take me from doing 12 reps down to like 7, where I don't want to do that few. I want to do smaller increments. So with these, I could go up by 2.5 pounds. I could go up by 5 pounds, smaller increments for that. And I got to tell you, they're not cheap. I got a pack of 4 of these and it's 150 bucks. That's for 4. So 10 pounds, $150. Now, keep in mind that that's saving me from getting 55s, 65s, 75, 85, 95, and 105. If I go into the website at Rogue where I got all my dumbbells, that's gonna cost $2,146 if I was to get all those dumbbells, plus a whole lot more space that I don't have. So instead I'm paying $150. So essentially I'm saving $2,000. Now of course, there are other options like power blocks and those types of things, but if you prefer dumbbells like I do, and you have the space for it, well then this seems like it's going to be a good compromise. So let's do my first set. I'm gonna do some 85 pound dumbbell incline presses. All right, initial thoughts. I definitely like that. A few days ago, I thought these were gonna get in sooner, but they didn't. But a few days ago, I just went to the 90s to try it. I only got 6 reps where I was getting 11 with the 80s. So I just got 9, so there you go. Right in between where I wanna be. I can stick with this till I get back up to the 11, 12 range and then move up to the 90s. But my dumbbells have this indent right here. I like the way it is for grabbing. But I initially put the clips right on the edge so I'd have more space for my hand, and as I lifted them up, I felt it slide down because this isn't very grippy. And it went into a little notch. I still had room for my hand, so that was fine. If I was using a smaller dumbbell like this, I'm sure my hand would keep it in place, but once I was in position doing it, nothing was moving around. So it felt solid, a lot better than what I used to do with trying to stick a 5 pound weight in my fingers to up the weight a little bit. So like it so far. I'm gonna try it with some other exercises and we'll see how it works out. Oh, and with those prices, the $150, there's no shipping cost in that. Shipping was included at that price. So you won't get more cost in shipping like with those Rogue dumbbells we saw went from like $1,600 to $2,100. So definitely a benefit there. Next up, we're gonna do some lateral raises and try them out with that. I've got the 35s. I've got to where I can do like 13, 14 reps with it. So I went to the 40s in my last workout. I just felt like I was having to swing to start them up because that's a 14% increase. So I'm just gonna put 1 on each time, so that makes it only a 7% increase. So we're gonna go from 35 to 37.5. See how this works out. Felt better. And you can also get these in 1.25 pound increments. So if I wanted to go to 36.25, they also have 1 pounders. So you go up 1 pound at a time, which would be ideal for something like this because lateral raises doesn't take much extra as you're moving up. And 5 pound jumps is definitely too big. And even as you're getting heavier, 2.5 might be too much. So maybe in the future, get some of the 1.25s as well. So next I'm gonna try it out doing some deadlifts because you could hook these things onto a barbell. Now I should have done this on my last set. I did my top set of 430 and the weights were almost to the end and I barely had enough room for my collars. But my weights are a little bit off. One of these big ones weighs about a pound less than the other one. So I have a 1 pounder over here, and instead of putting a 2.5 pound on this end like I normally would, I'm just gonna hook one of these on just to the inside of the barbell here. Kind of interested to see when I drop the weight if it's gonna make it bounce and fly off. So we'll see how this works. You could use this with a bench press or squat, like say your gym doesn't have 2.5s. I've seen that before. So if you had these with you, you could throw it on like that to make those smaller jumps. Put it on the barbell. You just want to be aware of the rack and how wide the bar is so that you're not hitting the rack when you're trying to put it back. But let's do a few reps of this and see how it works out. It stayed, no problems there. All right, next up, we're gonna try with rows. So I got 90s instead of going to 100s. We're gonna go to 95, see how this works out. First thing I'm seeing is maybe a little more difficult to get my strap since there's not as much room. No problems there. All right, doing our last test here, some bicep curls. I've gotten to where I can do 50s for 11 to 12. So we're just gonna put one on each, 52.5. See how this goes. All right, we got 8 that time. It does work, that helps. One thing I did notice, see my thumb here? It's kind of pushed in. My thumb was pushing kind of hard against the plate, so that hurt a little bit. I might try to put it on the back side next time, see how that feels. It might dig into my arm, we'll see. But overall, it was definitely a useful tool. Like I said, saved me $2 grand on that having to get more dumbbells. So if you got any other questions, post them down in the comments. I'll answer them there. I'll have links in the description, not sponsored or anything like that. At Camber Fitness is my Instagram. You can follow lifts and stuff there. I'll see you in the next one.